And now to our in-depth coverage of two more historic rulings announced by the U.S. Supreme Court today. First, thousands of asylum seekers who have been waiting at southern borders will soon be able to wait inside the U.S. As today, the Supreme Court ruled against the so-called Remain in Mexico policy that came into effect under the Trump administration. 23 ABC's Vanya Patino spoke with an immigration attorney and professor of political science at California State University, Bakersfield, about the impacts this will have on our system.
The Remain in Mexico or Migrant Protection Protocols, as it is officially called, has been in place twice. For the first time under Donald Trump's administration by arguing it was necessary to stop the spread of COVID, then again under the Biden administration after they were unable to remove it due to lower court rulings. Now this decision by the Supreme Court means that thousands of migrants who have been in shelters along the southern border in Mexico will be able to settle in the U.S. as they wait for their case to be processed.
The United States is signatory to international charters, and among those is the requirement that we allow people to come in and apply for asylum.
Associate Professor of Political Science at CSUB and 23 ABC political analyst Ivy Cargile points out that the policy had not been used fairly across the board.
And for those Ukrainians that have gone to the U.S.-Mexico border, there have been special exemptions made for them to where they have shelter, they have resources, in part funded by the United States, and they have been allowed in. Everybody else has not been allowed in. And again, this is also something that is not happening in the U.S.-Canada border, just the southern border. So there are differences, right?
She points to predominantly Haitian and Central American immigrants fleeing violence from their country who have been stuck in Mexico since the program went into place. And the latest data from the Department of Homeland Security shows that since December, a little more than 4,000 asylum seekers at the southern border have been sent to wait in Mexico. Now they are expected to have the ability to wait in the U.S. On average, asylum cases take 1 to 3 years to process, but because interviews were halted during COVID, the backlog grew and slowed things down.
We need to make sure that the system is working. Right now, the system is short on resources. We're short on immigration judges.
Although he says removing the MPP program goes more along with the historical American tradition, the immigration system needs more judges to speed up reviewing the cases. Eden also adding another solution to the crisis would be to increase the number of skilled worker visas available. And regardless, both Eden and Cargile agree there is still a lot of work left to do.
This really does once again shed more light on the fact that we need comprehensive immigration reform.
As for those who are currently awaiting their case proceedings in the United States, Attorney Eden says he does not expect any changes on their situations. In studio, Vanya Patino, 23 ABC News, connecting you.